Thank you very much, dear Chairperson, Honourable Chair, Minister Lavrov, Honourable BRICS Ministers of Foreign Affairs and International Relations, BRICS Sherpas and Sous-Sherpas, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. I wish to thank our host minister for bringing us together in this wonderful city. Chairperson, allow me to begin by expressing our government and our delegation's deepest condolences to our colleague of the Islamic Republic of Iran, to the government and the people of the Islamic Republic of Iran, following the tragic passing of our colleague, Foreign Minister Amir Abdullahian and President Raisi. May their souls rest in eternal peace, and we ask that Allah grants them Jannatul Firdaus. Dear colleagues, South Africa has just held another successful free and fair national and provincial election. This was the most competitive election we've held since attaining democracy in 1994, with a record number of political parties on the ballot and independent candidates standing for the first time. Since we achieved democracy, South Africans have worked together to build a country that is democratic, prosperous and free, and we take pride in the progress we have recorded in entrenching democracy. I truly value this opportunity to participate in our first standalone meeting of BRICS Ministers of Foreign Affairs and International Relations since BRICS leaders took the decision to invite Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates to join BRICS as full members during the 15th BRICS Summit held in Johannesburg in August 2023. Let me express my appreciation to Minister Lavrov for hosting our meeting in this historic town of Nizhny Novgorod, recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Nizhny Novgorod is significant for its contribution to the development of the Russian state and Russian culture, but also for being an important trade center linking Northern Europe to Central Asia and Byzantium. Our meeting is historic, Chairperson, for several reasons. We mark the expansion of BRICS to include further members of the Global South and so increase our voice and influence as we continue to strive to shape a more fair, just and representative multipolar world order. We also face, as the globe, very complex political challenges that require ingenuity, innovation, and increased global cooperation. And I believe as BRICS, we can be a force for good and progressive change. South Africa stands ready to work with our new members as they join all BRICS cooperation tracks and structures. We believe BRICS has increasingly become an important global forum. It's vital that we maintain the momentum across all pillars of cooperation in the BRICS spirit of solidarity, openness, mutual respect, and understanding in full consultation and consensus. Our collaboration can enhance effective action in all three pillars of BRICS, namely financial and economic cooperation, political and security cooperation, and cultural and people-to-people cooperation. Together, we can realize the full potential of our BRICS economic partnership for mutually beneficial and inclusive economic growth and sustainable development. We therefore welcome the establishment of a task force to prepare a BRICS report on improving the international monetary and financial system, and central bank discussions on the feasibility of establishing a BRICS international settlement and depository platform. My country supports efforts to improve the stability of the international monetary and financial system, particularly through enhancing the interconnectivity of supply chains and payment systems to promote trade and investment among BRICS members and the broader Global South. Our vision for BRICS is to foster a partnership that promotes the inclusion of countries of the Global South in a fair, just, and equitable world based on mutual respect and the equal sovereignty of nations. We see our partnership as a catalyst for sustained and mutually beneficial global growth and sustainable development that addresses the needs and demands of the entire world, not just the rich and the privileged. One of the critical challenges we believe of this time is the need to accelerate progress in achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. We welcome the Secretary General's convening of a Summit of the Future. We are committed to ensuring that it is successful in contributing to bridging the development divide and providing new solutions to tomorrow's challenges. The Summit of the Future should allow for progress in achieving the Sustainable Development Goals and advance our debates on transforming the international systems of power, governance, finance, debt, trade and technology so that no one and no country is left behind. As BRICS, we share a commitment to upholding and strengthening international law and advancing the central role of the United Nations in promoting inclusive multilateralism to foster increased cooperation between sovereign states in pursuit of international peace and security, sustainable development, democracy, human rights, and fundamental freedoms for all. It is our shared belief that international law must be uniformly applied and the purposes and principles of the UN Charter should be upheld by all. One of the ambitions we must uphold as BRICS is an end to colonial domination and oppression wherever it occurs. South Africa will continue to act within the institutions of global governance to protect the rights, including the fundamental right to life, of the people of Palestine. The continued bombardment of Gaza has resulted in a disastrous humanitarian crisis, loss of lives, and destruction of essential infrastructure, including medical facilities, schools, and universities, and has left the occupied territories largely uninhabitable. The invasion of Rafah perpetuates an already dire humanitarian situation, and the safe and unimpeded delivery of humanitarian aid is vital for the survival of the Palestinian population. All of us must consider playing a role in securing peace and security for both Palestine and Israel. South Africa welcomes the order by the International Court of Justice of 24th May this year that Israel should halt its military action in Rafah. The provisional measures ordered by the court thus far signal a decisive victory for international rule of law and a significant milestone in the search for justice for the Palestinian people. The measures also affirm the importance of global governance institutions, including organs of the United Nations, while also pointing to the weaknesses of the United Nations and its inability to enforce its own decisions. But it does remain vital for all member states to respect and implement the decisions of the court. We believe there can be no real and lasting peace in the region in the absence of justice for Palestine and a just and equitable resolution to the Palestinian question for the benefit of both Palestinians and Israelis. Escalation not only threatens regional stability, but risks further inflaming an already tense and hugely volatile situation on the ground. As South Africa, therefore, we strongly call for a comprehensive and permanent ceasefire. The only realistic solution is the creation of two states based on the 1967 borders, with East Jerusalem as the capital of Palestine. We reiterate our support for the full membership of Palestine in the United Nations. As we are preparing currently to assume the G20 presidency in December this year, and hoping to build on the achievement of Brazil as chair in 2024 and the successful chairship of India in 2023, we stand acutely aware of the importance of ensuring that the G20 remains sensitive to the needs of developing economies of Africa and those of the global South. It is our hope to work with all in ensuring that the achievement of the SDGs remains at the center of international financing discussions, that long outstanding commitments are met, and that new, at-scale, affordable and accessible funding is mobilized to support sustainable development. South Africa will also work to efficiently respond to the current global economic, climate and energy crises, the debt crisis facing Africa, as well as other developing countries, and will also seek to curb illicit financial flows in an effort to afford developing countries a fair opportunity at sustainable development. The inclusion of the African Union as a member of the G20 during India's chairship has provided a unique opportunity for South Africa and all G20 members to jointly champion Agenda 2063. In conclusion, dear Chairperson, Minister Lavrov, I wish to assure you of South Africa's full support of the Russian Federation in their hosting of a successful 16th BRICS summit in Kazan, Russia in October this year. I sincerely thank you for arranging this foreign ministers meeting and for inviting us to be a part of it. Thank you, Chairperson.